American health and fitness, setting the standard for a better you. From the beautiful Four Seasons Resort Aviara in Carlsbad, California.
Welcome to the most informative health and fitness show on television today, one that inspires you to be your best. Hi, I'm Bartram, your host for American Health and Fitness. We've got a great show in store for you today, and we're glad that you joined us. We're going to teach you how to train correctly no matter what your fitness level. And we're going to show you how to incorporate that training into our active lifestyle focus for the day, a sport that's really sweeping the country, indoor rock climbing. And our resident nutritional expert, Rebecca Mullen, will be on hand to show you how to eat a balanced diet with the goal of maximizing peak training and, of course, feeling great. I'd like to welcome my co-host, Linda Brand. Linda, how you doing?
I'm great, thanks, Clark.
It's great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Today we're going to show you on American Health and Fitness how to train with your back in mind. You know, it's a very important muscle group and it's often misunderstood.
You're right. I know so many people with back pain.
Me too. You know, I see it all the time. We're here today to help those people and to help prevent lower back problems through proper back training. So let's get started. Linda is performing the negative pull-up, an exercise that most women think they shouldn't try, but a movement that can and should be incorporated into your workout for the great toning and strength benefits it will give your whole upper body. As always, warm up before you do any kind of exercise. I'm going to go ahead and spot Linda here on this movement. I'm going to put my hands under her knees. Most women won't try this, but a wise man once told me, if you can't, you must. That means if you can't do a pull-up, you must attempt to do the pull-up. Now what Linda's doing is the negative part of the movement only. So this is going to help strengthen her in the overall portion of the movement, okay? So I'm going to help her on the way up, or she can assist herself, and then she's going to lower herself back down, all the way, nice and slow. And by doing the negative, that's getting hard, huh? Go ahead and take a little rest.
I can really feel that.
Yeah, go ahead and take a rest. Now, by doing the negative part of the movement, the strength that you gain in the negative portion of the movement will eventually carry over so you can do the entire movement. And you don't think you can, but trust me, if you continue to do this, you'll be able to perform a complete pull-up before you know it. So you rested enough?
What I want to ask you really quickly is
Okay.
if I only have a small amount of time to do my back workout, would this be something that you would recommend?
I would suggest the pull-up definitely, because like I always say, you're getting more bang for your buck. This is a compound movement that's involving everything in your back. You're getting lats, you're getting scapular rotation and protraction, you're getting low back, you're getting everything, shoulders, biceps in this one movement. So if you have a limited amount of time, this would be the exercise that you would want to choose right here. So go ahead and finish some off for me. Get up there and lower it nice and slow.
For overall back tone and strength, a variation on the wide grip pull down is the close grip pull down. This is a movement that targets and tones the vertical fibers of the latissimus dorsi and also shapes your biceps and forearms.
Okay, one good turn deserves another. I made you do those negative pull downs, so I'm going to have to do some nice close grip pull downs for you.
It's your turn to burn.
There you go.
Now something to remember here is that you want to keep your body far enough back so that you're pulling the cable down right in front of your chin. You want to keep your chin aligned.
Perfect, yep. Good posture at all times.
You don't want to arch your back.
And I'm pretending right now like someone's pulling down from my elbows, below my elbows, keeping them close to my body.
Right.
Exhaling on the effort.
Feeling that?
Yep, now it's up to you to watch my posture. Once I start
Okay.
to lose my posture, that's when the exercise should end.
Now, would you just readjust your weights at that point, or would you stop your
Nope,
set?
I would stop, wait about a minute, and then
Okay.
perform my next set. And I'm getting close to that right now.
Are you?
Give me 2 more of these right here. 1. Now this really targets the
job.
lat muscles on the side. I don't know if you can see it.
Definitely. All in here.
Actually, I have 1 more. I lied. And, oh. This is another one where momentum, a lot of people will swing back and forth. And if you noticed and you were watching closely, I was using no momentum at all. I was pulling straight down, arms locked in tight to the side, and really...
Keeping your abdominal muscles in.
Yep. And it really strengthens the lat muscles. And you can see by breathing, it definitely works. The barbell bent over row is a challenge because it's an exercise that demands you control your torso and maintain good posture while you work to strengthen your back. You probably already wore out from those negative pull-ups.
Oh, I can feel it.
Okay, now if you notice, Linda has about a 15-degree bend in her knee and about a 45-degree angle right here in her waist.
And I'm keeping a slight curvature in my low back.
Exactly. And if I ever say lordotic posture, that's what I mean. Just a slight curvature in your spine. It's just a fancy way to say that. And you're pulling up down into the rib cage right here. Exhaling on the effort, always keeping good form. Pull in the belly button to the spine. How many times do I have to tell you that? You know to do it. And pulling up nice and tight into there. Working on your lat muscle back in here and really focusing on the inner lat. And squeezing when you come up. Bring it up and squeeze and hold it back up in there.
Oh, yeah.
Tempo. We talk about tempo all the time. 2-second pull and a 3-second on the negative part. Feeling it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Good. I'll do a couple with this lightweight.
Right
I don't
on.
mind. Let me get in here. Bending down nice and forward. Right there. And pulling up nice and slow. And
That's
this
a
would be
nice
a nice
slow.
warm-up. Yeah. This would be a good warm-up for me to get ready for the heavy weight that's about to come. The treadmill is a great way to get a cardio workout indoors in a controlled environment, or maybe catch up on news or reading while you target all the lower leg muscles, especially in your hips and calves.
I think this is probably my favorite cardio workout.
And even though it may seem as simple as walking, like anything else, you want to do it correctly. First off, as always, maintain good functional posture and walk upright.
And don't lean forward on those handles.
To avoid shin splints, you need to walk at a comfortable pace, heel to toe.
And as your fitness level grows, you can increase your pace or the incline you're walking on. Just make sure you increase your intensity gradually. Be smart, listen to your body, and stay injury-free.
Now, when we come back, we'll continue to explore even further the best ways to build a strong, shapely back when we jump into advanced PT.
So you're not going anywhere.
And you'll know where to find us when we come back to American Health and Fitness here on Fit TV.
American Health and Fitness is brought to you in part by Slim Fast.
And we're back for Advanced PT here on American Health and Fitness, where we're going to lead into advanced back training.
And if you haven't been physically active for long, there's so much that we're covering here today that you can make a part of your workout.
Just make sure you attempt everything in moderation. If you're just starting out, perform only 1 to 2 of these exercises that work the back differently at about 10 to 12 reps per set.
So let's take shaping and toning your back to the next level with advanced back training.
Linda is performing the 3-point dumbbell row, a really great way to isolate and condition the middle of your back with a controlled dumbbell movement that makes you work both your right and left sides evenly. One thing I always like to say, that repetition is the mother of skill, providing there is skill in the repetition. Now we're going to show you the skill of how to do this exercise right here. Notice Linda's spine alignment, flat back, parallel to the ground. Okay, she's keeping her shoulders square. There you go. And pulling up and rotating. Basically what you're going to do is rotate around your spine. You want to keep everything here stationary and extend all the way down to get a good stretch in the lat, and then pulling it all the way up without completely tweaking your body around. We just want to rotate around the spine. Down, exhaling on the effort, and then inhaling. And then you can switch anytime you get wore out on that side.
This is great.
Okay, good. Now do the other side.
All right.
Got to even the body out here. Okay.
How's my
Remember
form?
to breathe deeply. I don't think most people know how to breathe deep enough. You want to breathe in deep through the nose and let it go. That's really important. I know most people just pant when they breathe. Come on, square your body off. My job as a spotter is to watch her and make sure the form is perfect.
It's sometimes very hard to tell.
It is,
When you're
because you
down
start
here.
to weaken and you start to involve a lot of the other muscle groups that don't necessarily need to be worked on this. That's why I said repetition is the mother of skill, providing there is skill in the repetition, and that's my job, is to make sure that she does this right. And if you're at home, if it starts to get hard and you start to see your body tweaking around, just stop the exercise at that point. The thing is you want to focus in on the muscle that you're supposed to be working. With the cable low row, you build flexibility as well as strength, targeting the upper or lower back simply by altering the way you grip the handles and pull back with your elbows. I like my machine I built here.
I like it.
I'm pretty inventive, huh?
Very nice.
Great. Once again, posture is everything in this exercise. Now, there would be a time when you could actually arch your back like Linda's doing here. If you can do, listen closely, if you can do more than 20 repetitions with the weight, then it's okay to go ahead and put an arch in your spine. But if you're doing heavier weight, you want to keep that lordotic posture that I talk about, the slight curvature. Go ahead and show the slight curvature. Let your back curve, now come down. There you go. And you're pulling in to your lower, there you go, right in there. Contracting the lats. Now we can change this exercise. If Linda pulls up high, we're going to work higher up in the back, causing kind of scapular adduction, pulling the scapular muscles in together. So you can get 2 exercises out of 1 here.
Is there ever a time when I can just curl my back all the way over?
Right. Well, like I said, if you can do more than 20 repetitions, then it's okay to do this.
Okay.
But that is the only time that you want to do this. Please
Okay.
don't take that wrong. You want to always maintain safety in every exercise that we do here. Once again, you're breathing throughout the exercise the whole time, exhaling on the effort.
Keeping your abdominal wall tight.
Good point. I'm glad you brought that up. Something we always stress here on American
Can't say
Health
that
and
enough.
Fitness.
Today's healthy lifestyle.
We target the part of the back that I think just about everyone needs to stretch the most, your lower back, or also known as your lumbar region. Of course, we'll save the stretching until after the workout is done, when our muscles are completely warmed up and less prone to injury. Remembering always to sweat before you stretch. Right here.
You want to hold each stretch for about 15 to 20 seconds. Give yourself a rest and then do it again.
Rested enough?
I'm rested enough.
Do it again. Okay, and then just let it go and breathe into the stretch right here in the lumbar spot.
It feels great.
Good. And just let it go. Just relax as much as possible and stretch that lower back. This is an area that gets really tight on most people. I know it does on me. In every episode of American Health and Fitness, we focus in on a trouble spot. Now, what you see Linda doing here is called dorsiflexion. It's an exercise for a part of the body that usually gets forgotten until you experience shin splints. Okay, now shin splints are a result from an imbalance of the tibialis anterior. That's the smaller muscle that runs along the front of the shin. Strong shin is important to balance your calf musculature, and it will help prevent shin splints.
Now what I'm doing is I have my legs draped over and then I have the straps around my feet. And what I'm going to do is extend my toes upward toward my body, feeling that stretch and then going all the way back down.
Right in there.
Right.
Shins, that's a little easier to say than tibialis anterior.
Sure is.
Up ahead, we'll see my lower and upper body strength put to the test as we visit indoor rock climbing in the active lifestyle segment. And I go vertical. We'll also be back with registered dietitian Rebecca Mullen in the American Health and Fitness Kitchen. So we'll see you back at the Four Seasons Aviara here on American Health and Fitness. We are back at the Four Seasons Aviara, and you're watching American Health and Fitness. And we're in our kitchen today, and we're going to learn some great nutritional tips from Rebecca Mullen, our registered dietitian. It's great having you.
It's great to be here again.
We're going to talk about weight loss today.
Yes, we are. A very important question everybody wants to know. How can I lose weight?
Yep.
The bottom line is calories in versus calories out.
That is so important. You know, I know everyone that I talk to in the gym, I think they have it backwards. They're taking in more calories than they're getting out. So they're not as active as they should be.
Exactly.
And taking in way too many calories and a lot of empty calories too.
It's
Let's talk
true.
about
Well, one thing that's really important is that you want to watch the portion sizes overall. That's the key. If you can keep your portion sizes in moderate control throughout the day, then your calories are going to be at a really good level.
that. And what I do is I eat every 3 hours for as long as I'm awake. But the key for me is, and what I've learned, is that my portions, like you just said, are smaller. And they're to the point where my body can use them for energy and not
Yes.
store them as fat.
You bet. If you're eating every 3 to 4 hours, are you going to be so hungry that you need a big portion?
No, not at all.
Exactly.
I'm constantly, fueled up with energy. I feel great. I'm drinking a lot of water all the time, all day long. And I'm getting the energy that my body needs.
Now, the one thing a lot of people do is that they just cut back on their calories.
Right.
And then what happens? The metabolism slows down.
It slows down.
Then they go back to normal eating. They add the weight back on.
Let's talk about good calories. I think you have something made up for us here.
A balanced meal, like you said. This would be great to start before your workout. We've got a French toast that is very healthy, soaked in egg whites. You've got all that protein, the complex carbohydrates. You can add a little bit of some white syrup for some sweetness, and you're ready to go.
Okay, and how about our snack featured for today?
Our snack, we've got a shake. We're using the vanilla shake from SlimFast, which is wonderful, and then we've added peanut butter.
That's one of my favorites, is the peanut butter.
I know it is. That's why I chose that. So we've got a great peanut butter shake that's got a great amount of protein in there as well, and that great balance. great for post-workout or right before your workout too.
And you know what my problem is with peanut butter though, is like we talked about the portion size.
Yeah.
I eat way too much at one time. I need to learn to stop. And that's one of the problems that I have, is I just love peanut butter, and I know a lot of people deal with that same issue, is they just eat way too much of the things that they like.
It's true, but why not have a little bit of a food that really satisfies you and enjoy it? Like I have to have a little bit of chocolate every day. If I just have a little bit of real chocolate, I am totally satisfied.
That's the key, just a little bit at a time. And these are some really great tips that you can add into your lifestyle. Rebecca, I want to thank so much. I'm always looking forward to talking to you every day. This is a great segment of the show. Thanks a lot.
Slim Fast presents today's back.
Have you ever felt like you were literally holding your life in your own hands? All of your body weight balanced between the tips of your fingers and your big toe. It's the ultimate challenge in a controlled environment. Welcome back to American Health and Fitness, to our active lifestyle segment, where today we're taking a look at indoor rock climbing. It's one of the hippest, toughest sports around, and it might be something you're going to want to try. And guess what? You don't need a mountain to do this, because there are facilities like this popping up all over the nation. I'm here today with Phil DiCaprio of Solid Rock in Poway, California. Phil, how long have you been rock climbing?
9 years now with the rope.
9 years. Hey, why don't you show me a technique that the viewers at home can do when they're first starting out on this?
Absolutely, absolutely. Obviously, you can look at the wall and you can see many different holds facing many different angles. With anything that you're doing, you want to have a plan of action, especially with rock climbing. If you don't plan it while, say, you're on the ground, you're going to be trying to plan it while you're up on the wall. When you're on the wall, you're fighting gravity and you're fighting your own body's resistance, therefore burning. You want to make it as easy as possible for yourself. If you notice, when my arms are bent like that, they're not locked. This is a motion where I'm going to be stressing. In between moves, we do what's called a lock. Now I'm using my skeleton and not so much my muscles to hold me against the wall. We do what's called the lie-back technique. We can weight our walls, and I'm going to keep my arms straight and lock it, and keep my body really close to the wall. I can hang here all day. I'm almost sitting on my foot. So when I'm in between planning my next move, that's obviously when I'm going to have to make my flex and then start to stand up. And you want to do that fluidly and smoothly, so A, you don't pop off the wall, and B, you'll be able to make the move. If I go for it, I'm going to want to try it and extend and just go for it and stay fluid.
So when you're hanging out, you're using skeleton, and when you're coming up, you're actually pushing yourself
with
up
your
and not
legs.
pulling yourself up.
Absolutely. Guys tend to fight it because they think they can monkey bar their way up the wall.
Especially muscle guys.
Especially muscle guys, and you don't really rely upon the legs that much. Where legs in climbing makes a huge difference.
Well, I'm ready to give it a try.
All right, great.
Right on.
Let's get you on the wall.
Okay.
Definitely keep your weight over your feet by sucking your pelvic hip and area into the wall. You see how the pull is pulling him away from the wall. When you use your legs and your toes and really crank yourself into the wall, also with your arms, it makes it a lot easier than just letting your feet fly behind you. That was definitely a leg push. Yeah. Your hand just kept you against the wall. All right, Clark, great job. You ready to come down now?
I'm down.
All right, I got you. I'm lowering. Woo! Excellent. Nice move, Clark.
Man,
excellent job.
That was awesome, bro. Thanks a lot.
Isn't it a lot of fun?
I'm worn out. I'll tell you what, my forearms are pumped up. I feel it everywhere, sucking against the wall.
Absolutely. It's an amazing exercise. You don't realize how much fun you're having.
You know, I notice a lot of families doing this, too. This is a great family sport. If you want to go out and try something new, I suggest going to a rock climbing gym and giving this a try, because it's incredible. Now, even with an activity like rock climbing that challenges every muscle in your body, you can see how a strong back is a foundation for all your body's power. It's easy to injure your back if you're not careful, just like it's easy to strengthen the entire muscle group if you're smart and trained in a functionally correct manner. Today's 5 back exercises strengthen and tone all the muscles of your middle back from a variety of angles and positions. And remember, if you change the angle, you change the exercise. As with every body part, begin each session with a moderate weight at about 6 to 8 repetitions to effectively warm up the muscles that you'll be targeting for that day's workout. And of course, you stretch at the end of each workout. And finally, remember that every time you train your back, you're also working your shoulders, biceps, and forearms. So you should train your back about once every 5 days. Condition yourself with a focus on maintaining functionally correct form, and you're well on your way to building the foundation for a back that's balanced, strong, and pain-free.
Now It's American Health and Fitness is brought to you in part by Slim Fast.
Are we already out of time?
We're done, but you know what? I had a blast and my back feels wonderful.
Good.
Think about this for a minute. Whether you're climbing mountains or the ladder of personal success, it's important to stay focused on your goals, to set them, to achieve them, even if they're small steps. The perfect balance of exercise, good nutrition, and a great attitude. So get started. Until next time, from the beautiful Four Seasons Resort, Aviara, I'm your host, Clark Bartram for American Health and Fitness, right here on Fit TV.